And when you're doing SEO work for a business owner, and you can make great money doing SEO work, right? But when you're only doing SEO work, who's being leveraged? You are. You're the human capital. Because if you don't get up and work tomorrow for them again, just like your boss, then they're leveraging you. You don't want to be in that situation, which is why I harp on lead generation properties. Because to me, lead generation properties are a form of code or a form of media. Number two is media, right? So this video is media, right? I'm on a live stream. This live stream, when it's done, will stay in this Facebook group specifically, okay? ePay usually takes one of these and cuts it up and puts it onto YouTube. So now this media is on YouTube. But look, I've been on this live stream for probably like 40 minutes or something like that. So 40 minutes of my time. Okay, when this really started making sense to me was when I saw my YouTube channel that I used to put out. I don't have it out there anymore, I don't think. But the YouTube channel I had, I was using the producing of a piece of media, which is like a video like this. And I saw in the YouTube stats, I saw like the amount of leverage it gave me, because it would say like, oh, this video has been watched like 500 hours. And I started thinking about it. I was like, holy cow. If I was trying to explain that one-on-one to people, I'd have had 500 hours of work, but yet that video only took me, 1 hour, let's say, to make. But yet it lives on through through time. I just got to do a better job at sprinkling it around the web. So that's media. Media is a massive leverage. So what are you doing for your business? Now, media doesn't mean you have to get on video. Media doesn't mean you have to get on audio. Media doesn't have to mean you publish a magazine ad or whatever. Right? Media is just, you need to look at what you're comfortable with or what you have the capacity to hire people to do for you, to be able to put messages on the internet that help lead the types of business and types of customers back to you if you're trying to create leverage for your own business or to your customers, right? So that media is going to come in a lot of forms. I said media / code. Code, same idea. Code is, remember, humans are hard because you have to manage them. So human capital is easy to get your hands on, harder to manage. Media, once you produce it, or once you build your code, which could be just a Weebly website, that's a form of code. A computer is not hard to manage once you understand the basic steps, which is why everything you guys are learning from me right now in this group, even though some of you guys might think some of it's basic and some of it's like, oh, he's using basic things, the concept is a concept of leverage, right? So when you're doing SEO work for a business owner, and you can make great money doing SEO work, right? But when you're only doing SEO work, who's being leveraged? You are. You're the human capital. Because if you don't get up and work tomorrow for them again, just like your boss, then they're leveraging you. You don't want to be in that situation, which is why I harp on lead generation properties. Because to me, lead generation properties are a form of code or a form of media. When I go to bed at night, right, my media, my code does not sleep. Okay, when those 10 or 100 salespeople from the first lever we just taught you guys, when those people, when they go to bed, they're asleep, right? And you can't make someone not sleep, right? So at a certain point, they're going to fall asleep. The computer ain't sleeping. The internet is not going to bed. So for some of you guys, you'll see these knuckleheads out there that have came through this training, and I taught them, lead generation, and then they understand now the concepts of SEO, and you'll hear them on the internet bashing me about, oh, this is why I left, because, you can land these clients, these SEO clients. Well, let me tell you who those idiots are. Those are idiots that don't understand leverage, and they'll be on the internet talking about me till I'm probably dead. Okay, because they're going to try to suck any little piece of traffic off my name, which is fine with me. Go for it. Because they're foolish. They're foolish in their approach. They don't understand leverage. They don't understand leverage. Okay, and they don't understand that when you are doing SEO solely as a service, you are the one being leveraged. Okay, you as an entrepreneur who wants to get rich needs to leverage other things, people, resources, right? So when you put up a lead gen, that is massive leverage for you, for your family, right? Because it is working while you are sleeping. Like I said, I've had lead gen properties up for 10 years, have never went back onto them. That to me was what a fantastic use of my time 10 years ago to have produced something that is still producing me income leverage to the max, right? I don't have to spend more hours, hopefully, on those pieces of code or those pieces of media if they're doing their job. What I do need to do is stay diligent in my levers and searching for my levers and making sure that I'm not just doing that up into a certain point and then getting distracted off onto other things, right? So, number one, human capital, easy to get, hard to manage, unpredictable, they go to bed. Media or code, right? Media or code, lead gen, videos, blog posts, you name it, right? Any media or code, harder to get your hands on sometimes, not always, or harder to understand how to do it, right? Like before, sites like Weebly or like some of the stuff we're working on that is easier for the idiot like myself, code would have been a massive like upfront learning process. Just like this process is for a lot of us that are going through this for the very first time. It's like, okay, yeah, I got to put this upfront work in, but now I understand how to produce a lead gen property. I know how to put up a website that I own and control. I know how to own a phone number. You had to go through the 5 weeks, months, 2 months, whatever it's taking you to kind of get this understanding in your head. But once that's done, no one can steal it from you. No one can take it from you. That information is freaking in your head. So deploy it, but deploy it often, right? Put those levers in place, not only for your customers and for your lead gen properties, but for customer acquisition. What are you putting out on the web on a daily basis that is helping bringing customers to you? My guess is a lot of us are not doing that. And again, this is something that I'm going to get better at teaching you guys, okay? But I inherently just did it, understanding that I'd rather do something once and get paid forever, or at least as long as possible, than do something every month and have a business owner that's hitting me up all the time wondering why the heck I'm not, working for him today. I'm not a mule, I'm a magician, okay? And my magic trick is leverage, right? Don't be a mule.